Alright, hey guys, Fiddle Ferret here, and welcome back to another Manga First Take, or Manga First Impression. So today, we're going to be taking a look at another first volume here. We've got the first volume of Kiss and White Lily for My Dearest Girl. If that isn't a title, then I don't know what is. So this here volume is interesting, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this is the first Yuri foray for Yen Press. I think I am used to, at least, a lot of the Yuri titles that are released are usually released by 7 Seas. And so it was interesting. I was like, I'm not a huge Yuri fan. I've read a few, not a ton of Yuri manga. I've read a decent amount. I've read probably 5 or 6 series over the past year or two. And I've liked some of them not so much. It's really hit and miss with me. But I think I gotta say that this volume so far, I liked it quite a bit. Oh, the almighty Yuri denizens of the world have graced our presence once again. And so here we are. I recently read a new Yuri manga from 7 Seas called Hana and Hina. And I think, hold on, it's actually right here behind me. I'll pick it up. And maybe we can even do a bit of compare and contrast before I go too much into this new one here. I might do a first impression on this at some point, but I might not, just because, well, we'll see. Hana and Hina is kind of everything that personally doesn't really interest me about a Yuri story. It's very, just fluffy and just puffy and soft and nice, and there's 2 precious girls and they end up falling in love. And sometimes, personally for me, that's just not my kind of story. A Yuri series that I really enjoy reading right now has been Citrus. And that one's a bit more contentious, I guess you could say, in some retrospects. I like the story of that more. And that kind of brings me now to Kiss and White Lily for My Dearest Girl, because I really enjoyed this Yuri series, and I can't always say that when I read a Yuri volume. And they even put color pages in here. Man, 7 Seas, not 7 Seas, Yen Press, I'm used to saying 7 Seas, going all out here. So our main characters here revolve around these 2 girls, as you see in the cover. And this black-haired girl, she's quite popular. However, she studies like crazy to get these high grades. And she's always been the top of everything she's ever done until she meets this new girl, Kurowa-san, and she is pretty much just a flat-out genius and can do anything. She's smart, but she never studies. She's athletic, even though she doesn't work at it. And so she just ends up becoming extremely frustrated because, it's just, she wants to be top. She has this rather sad and inferiority complex where she feels like she has to be the best, she has to work harder, she's not worth anything unless she's number 1. And then you contrast that with our beautiful blonde short-haired beauty, and she has always been the genius, but she is very unfulfilled by that. And so we kind of had to start out where our blonde-haired friend here, she really enjoys that she's kind of come across someone who she's actually interested in. She doesn't really ever find anyone interesting. And so we don't really know much about her to start with until we kind of come across the point where the midterm election type things, obviously the genius wins again, and she's kind of heartbroken about it. And so she tears up her paper, and she pretty much just tells her, I hate that you've come here, I hate that you're here, and I hate you. And that's when the series gets really interesting for me, because we find out that our young, probably lesbian friend here, she isn't like just this soft pushover that you kind of get in a lot of these series. She's kind of like, you know what? Screw you. This always happens. Always I have jealous girls. They're always upset at me. But then we have a bit of pushback, and this is kind of where our series goes off from, because she's not used to having people challenge her or try and be better than her. And so we kind of have this thing where you have one girl, on the other hand, who always works for it and is upset that no matter how hard she works, she's never number 1, and so she's never not worthy. And the other girl who's always the genius, but feels very unfulfilled in this role and feels like you know, she's not happy in that. So both girls want what the other girl has, and both of them seem like they think they've got the wrong end of the stick here. And so yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Basically where they kind of start their story. I didn't realize this is also, it looks like it's going to have at least another pair of girls, if not even more, because we're at an all-girls boarding school. I don't know how many offshoots of romance we're going to have. We've definitely already got more than one, but these are the main two, and I just liked it. It was a good story, it was a good conflict, there was actually like meaning behind it. It wasn't all fluff, it felt more like a real relationship, and in some of the Yuri volumes I read, it doesn't feel like that. It just kind of feels like this total fantasy land, kind of not. I mean, a lot of a manga story doesn't have to be realistic to be good, but it's nice to have true human emotion and conflict. I don't want this always us being happy and frilly. Sometimes it's good to have bad feelings and to be upset and to not feel good. And so that's really what I like about this series. And the art style is gorgeous, by the way. Like, I love the art style. These two girls are incredibly cute and adorable, especially when they try to keep their real personalities in, but when they kind of let loose and have their kind of more emotions show, it's really adorable and it's really cute, and so the character expressions lend to that really, really well. And so I just really liked it. I really liked it a lot, and I highly recommend this for new Yuri fans and old alike. But anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this first impression, kind of first take review of Volume 1 of Kiss and White Lily for My Dearest Girl. But anyway, guys, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you back on the prowl next time.